Hey, it's me. So the new trailer for the new map called Fracture was just released. So the teaser that we saw earlier regarding the bullet, that was actually Deadeye's bullet. Deadeye is the new agent coming to Valorant, but they have not told anything regarding the agent. Even the agent is not visible in the trailer, but the narration is done by the agent. So we don't know if Deadeye is coming in this coming act or not. Anyway, the new map is actually crazy. A news website called upcomer.com had access to developers and they gave information regarding the new map, and you won't believe it, the description is crazy. We also got some showcases regarding the new map, in-game showcases. But first, let me just read you the description because it's crazy. You need to understand the description and then we can see the map. Okay, so Fracture. The new colorful and vibrant map will feature a hedge-shaped layout. With the defender's spawn placed in the center of the map. The spawn is situated between a visual split between both sides of the map. Underneath, there are zip lines for players to interact with and traverse the new land. There are two different biomes in this new map. They go on to say that the attackers, however, start on both sides of the map, pinching the defenders. What? Now, we don't know what they mean by both sides. Like, it's a hedge-shaped layout. Do they mean the top side of the hedge and bottom side of the hedge? Or the left side of the hedge and the right side of the hedge? We don't know that one thing. Attackers might have multiple spawns and everybody might be separated. That is interesting. It's very, very interesting. There are two sides on the map, with A side distinguished by its desert featuring rotting buildings in a desolate environment, while B side features a colorful display of foliage taking over a science facility. A big thing, this map will feature a first-time interactive narrative objects that will likely impact the map itself if players interact with them. Now again, we don't know what they mean by this. Do they mean simply doors and like huge doors, huge hallways, or do they mean that the entire map changes? We don't know, but this is exciting because the map's going to be dynamic. Okay, so that's the description of the map that they have told, which nobody knows, by the way, only these guys know. Here's some screenshots from in-game that another journalist had access to. Now, the layout of this map will still be rough, so I cannot pinpoint where these locations are, but you can imagine where they are for some extent. Okay, so as I showed before, this is a top-down view of the map, and if what the description says is correct, this would be the spawn point for the defenders. This is the underside of this level where you can access zip lines. I will show that screenshot as well coming up. But this is the thing, and this must be the hedge, right side of the hedge, and there must be another downside for the hedge. And this is another pathway. There should be a pathway here as well, as you can see here. There seems to be some sort of a door. Either attackers would spawn here and here, or they would spawn here and here. We don't know exactly where they would spawn, but you can guess. So the attackers are most likely going to pinch. Now the next thing to notice would be these barriers. You can see here, this is a barrier over here, and there are two barriers. These two barriers might be the barriers to stop defenders from going out, and these must be the barriers for attackers. So either attackers would spawn here and here, or they would spawn here and the other side, which we don't know yet. But there's a barrier over here, so we are pretty sure that some spawn point is over here. Which would also mean that the bomb sites would be on the opposite side of the map, logically, because you cannot have the bomb site where the attackers are spawning, right? So here should be the A site at the bottom, far bottom, and here should be the B site at the far left corner. So this is the in-game view of A site. They finally brought back the orange boxes from the beta. That's interesting. I'm not sure if beta and the release version are both different and they have some sort of low significance, but they brought this back. Maybe just for aesthetic view, I'm not sure. Here's another place. This seems to be B-side if you look at the wall over here. The problem with this is there seems to be no exit, and it's just two chokes. I'm assuming the site looks weird. Like, how will the defenders or attackers, for that matter, hold a retake? It's going to be weird. Let's see how it looks in game later when it comes out. In this figure, it looks like we see another location that probably goes to B. I don't think this is the bomb site. This must be a pathway to go to B. And there seems to be a sewers like thing again, like split. Here's the underside of the level, the one below defender spawn, and it might have more locations that we can go, by the way. Like these broken staircases, maybe they are accessible, and maybe these two sides are probably accessible as well. We don't know, but we are just assuming. There is a pathway over here as well, a corridor of some sort. Maybe these two doors lead to somewhere outside, or maybe there's a hidden door that we can't see. Here's the outside, maybe towards the attacker spawn. Again, looks incredible, to be honest. I think this is going to be the best looking Valorant map because it's dynamic in color. It's not static. It's not like single color palette. There's a lot many colors in this version. There is a dry desert as well as a jungle theme. So it's going to be interesting. Here's another section. If you look at the wall, it says teleporter terminal. So I don't know if it's an actual teleporter that leads to somewhere like Bind, or maybe it's just a futuristic airplane of some sort. This is closer to the defender spawn. If you look at this picture, the right side, it matches the image that I've just shown. So this seems to be a defender side at spawn. And yeah, those are some in-game screenshots as well as the description of the new map Fracture. It's interesting, if attackers do have multiple spawn points and the attacker spawn points are split apart, like 2 people one side and 3 people other side, like the description indicates, that would be weird because defenders could push one side, like 5-stack push one side of the spawn, and they will always have an advantage of 5-man. I don't know how it's going to be in game, of course, I'm just guessing. But if the description says what it is, I think the best tactic would be to 5-man push one attacker spawn, kill them all, and then rotate and probably retake the side that they probably took by. Anyway, it's all just speculation, and gameplays for the new map will be coming up by influencers. Unfortunately, we did not get access to it. We are not big enough yet, but maybe that will change the next act. I know what can fix that though. Everybody who is watching this that isn't subscribed, please subscribe. It could really help me get access to future content beforehand. See you next time.